Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Last year, I was living in San Diego for about 2 months, and it was my time to come back to Chicago. So I wanted to do something that was unique to San Diego. So I decided to go surfing. San Diego is known for their surfing. So I was staying with a friend who also was going back to Chicago. So he also agreed. Now, we have been surfing many times before, so we knew all the good spots, but we wanted to surf at a new place, and we didn't want to really spend a lot. So we decided to pick a location that was actually a little north of San Diego, because that's the best places to surf in California. So that morning, I got up online, checked out all the local surf shops that I hadn't been to, and I found an excellent deal at the local university there. It was UC San Diego. And they had a rate, it was a day rate, for the daily rate was the same as an hourly rate at the shops we went before. So this was an excellent deal. Plus, it was at the famous Black's Beach. And Black's Beach is one of the top beaches it's actually the top, I believe it's the top beach in inland US besides Hawaii. So we couldn't pass on this. So we get in the car. And now one thing about San Diego is the weather's always perfect. I think it rained there maybe twice and only once hard. So it's real sunny, it's real nice. But the one thing is it's like twice the size of Chicago, maybe even larger. So the roads are ultra confusing. It like keeps going around and around. So I enter the information in GPS. We get there, and we get the address of the actual university. So I just get to the university entrance, and it's a bunch of forest. So now we have to actually find the surf shop. So I called the surf store guy, and he's your typical surf dude. He doesn't really even give me much directions. So he said, well, you just have to park there and you have to walk here. And I didn't know what that meant. So we try to find a parking lot because it's the campus, the surf shop's in the middle of the campus. So we look for parking, and we find a huge parking lot. But the only problem is, and we stopped and we asked the student, where's the surf shop? And he said, yeah, you just park here and you just go and you'll find it. The only problem is that it's student faculty parking, so we can't park there. And in California, everyone drives, so it's not like there's open parking space anyways. So a little disappointed, and then we try to drive around to find visitor parking. During this time, we're always stopping and asking people for directions. So we find visitor parking, and for visitor parking, there isn't like a meter. You have to go and fill out an actual pass because they want to know who you are. So we go inside, fill out an actual pass. You know, by this time, we're very kind of on the edge because my friend John, he was actually working out there. He had to start work at 6 o'clock, and we left maybe at 1. So we really didn't, by this time it was maybe 2 o'clock. So we didn't really have that much time. So we fill out the pass, and then we head out looking for the surf shop. So we ask a bunch of people, and you know, there's class going on. A lot of people don't even know where it is. Luckily, we find a guy on a longboard. And a longboard it's basically a skateboard, but it's just really, really long. So he tells us, yeah, he kind of points us in the direction, and we head out that way. Now, UC San Diego, I don't know if anyone's been there. It's a really nice campus. They have kind of like these giant coliseum steps. It's like these huge white steps where all the students just sit around, and they have water fountains everywhere. So it's a really nice campus. Ironically, it's actually in the news. I just found out for some reason. But a very nice campus. So we were walking around there, admiring the campus, but we're still in a rush because we don't really have that much time. We eventually get to the surf shop, and it's really, really small. And the guy is exactly how he sounded on the phone. He's really laid back. He's not in a rush. You have the surf shop. It has maybe surfboards on the ceiling, and then skateboards on the side, and then other accessories. So it's really tiny. And when we first get in there, he's like, oh yeah, I got your boards. And then he just kind of wanders off, and we're waiting for him. And then he comes back and he says, okay, what suits you size? And I say extra large, and my friend John says large. And he said, well, we don't have any large. And my friend says, well, I'll just take extra large. And then he laughs and says, well, I can't let you do that because you would get so much water in you that you would freeze. And he said, well, I'll try to risk it. But then he said, no, I can't let you do that. So he said, I'll hold on to your boards, but now you have to go to the other surf shop on campus, pick up the wetsuit, and then come back here. So by this time, we're like, well, okay, we'll just, how far is it? And he's like, maybe like 5 minutes. So we walk out, and well, he gives us direction before he left, and when we walk out, we walk down this giant hallway, and by that time, we completely forgot his directions. So we're back to square one, which is asking people how to get to the next surf shop. We run into these, we ask a bunch of people, many people just like always say they don't know. I guess people in California have all their surfboards with them. It's not like they rent them anyways. So we asked this group of people, and they said, well, no, that's going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes. So we said, forget that. We call up Menehune, which is the surf shop we went to before, and we asked Menehune, which was rather expensive, do you have any boards left? And he said, luckily we do. So he said, can you reserve it for us? And he said, absolutely. So we run back to the car, leave the campus, drive down to La Jolla, which is a little bit north of San Diego, but they're known for, they have really nice beaches too, really bright blue sky, excellent waves, everything you'd want. We get to Menehune, they have the boards, we pick up our boards, and then we basically go surfing. So when we get there, we leave our stuff on the beach, like we always do, and we forgot that seagulls always eat all your stuff, so we didn't have any snacks. But the main thing I learned from this is that sometimes it's better just to pay full price if you know exactly what you're getting. Mr. Schutzman.